What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. It's your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before I get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KO Boxing 86 TV. And if you got a breakdown or a prediction that you'd like me to do, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is my email address. Also, don't forget about our live shows. We live every Wednesday and Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And then also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. But let's go ahead and get it popping. Let's get into our video. And today, Errol Spence Jr. dropped a lot of shit that we gotta talk about. So we might have two Errol Spence videos today, but in this one specifically, we're gonna talk about the fact that he said he got a fight announcement coming soon, and the fact that he has confirmed that he indeed will not give up on trying to go beat Terence Crawford ass, bro. Let's talk about it. So first and foremost, the fight announcement. Now, it's three realistic opponents, right? When you look at the rankings, when you look at how things have shaped up, you got Keith Thurman, you got Imantas Stanionis, and you got Jerron Boots Ennis. Now, Jerron Boots Ennis is number one in the IBF. Stanionis is the regular champion and number one in the WBA. And then Keith Thurman is number one in the WBC. And all these fighters fight on Showtime. So you got a couple of things. Number one, let's see who it should be and who it might be and what my order is. Now, desirable, like who I want to see Errol Spence fight, I would prefer without business being involved and politics of boxing being involved, I would prefer Jerron Boots Ennis because I think it's the most competitive fight. Then Keith Thurman, then Imantas Stanionis, because to me, in that order, those would be the most competitive fights for Spence and the biggest fights for Spence as it pertains to, his legacy. Now, when you add in the politics of boxing and the business of boxing, then you get a different order, right? If you do that, then the order would tell you that it's Imantas Stanionis, Keith Thurman, then Jerron Boots Ennis is probably the most likely of who he should fight or who he will fight. I think the fight announcement is going to come, and I'm kind of going out on a limb here. I think it's going to be Keith Thurman. I think it's going to be Keith Thurman because I believe that that's the fight that the PBC and Showtime want, because I believe they want to put Errol Spence on pay-per-view. They want to do numbers. And they want to be able to make as much money as possible, and they can give Spence the biggest bag for fighting somebody like Keith Thurman. Now, the problem is that Stanionis already said he don't want to move aside for nobody but Errol Spence versus Terence Bud Crawford. He already stepped aside once when Errol Spence went to go fight Urdinas Ugas, and now that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford isn't happening next, Imantas Stanionis wants his shot. It's still a good fight. Stanionis is an undefeated champion, proved to be on that upper level of top 10 welterweights by beating somebody like Butayev. So he's a good opponent, but he's just not as popular. Doesn't have the name recognition here in America. He's not as loud and flamboyant. English is not his first language, and he doesn't have the accomplishments of a Keith Thurman Jr. Now, what's going against the Keith Thurman Jr.? I said Keith Thurman Jr. What's going against the Keith Thurman fight is that Errol Spence don't want to fight him. Errol Spence don't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? So Al Heyman and the PBC is gonna have to make it really worth Errol Spence's while to get him to fight Keith Thurman. And one of those things that'll make it worth his while is if the WBC mandates the fight. The key is going to be whichever route they decide for Errol Spence to go. If it is the Keith Thurman route, they have to get the WBA and the IBF to agree not to strip Errol Spence for not fighting those other two. They have to. Otherwise, he needs to fight whoever is going to keep him with all three belts. That's what he has to do. But my guess is it's probably going to be Keith Thurman. It's probably going to be Keith Thurman. That's the biggest fight. That's the most fan-friendly fight. That's the fight that will sell the most. And so that's the fight that the business wants. And we've seen the business already be able to shuffle mandatories, be able to get stuff out of the way for the fight that they presume to be bigger. And for all that stuff Stanley Owners is talking, as long as you guarantee him a shot, keep giving him good opponents, keep paying him good money, I'm sure he'd be willing to wait his turn in line to make a bigger fight happen. And so he's still probably, if Errol Spence has his way, he'll get the Terence Crawford fight sometime in the middle of next year, and then Stanley Owners still will be looking at a title shot, probably a vacant title shot at the Super WBA sometime towards the end of next year. So him at his age waiting another year, I don't think it's going to be bad as long as the money's right for him. So I think it's going to be Keith Thurman. Now, off of the fight announcement coming soon, the other big news for Errol Spence over the weekend. Errol Spence let us know he's still coming back around to try to beat Terence Crawford ass, which is another reason I think fighting whichever mandatory to make sure he keeps all the belts so that he can go still fight Terence Bud Crawford. I think that's important. So whoever mandates him fight, if the WBC come and say we're going to strip you, if you don't fight Keith Thurman, that's the fight that's going to get made. But he confirmed, because somebody posted on Twitter that picture that Errol Spence made, that artwork that he made, knocking on all the doors and getting all the belts, and then knocking on Terence Crawford door. And somebody said, man, this could have been Errol's next fight, but Bud ducking, basically is what they said. Errol Spence quoted that tweet and retweeted it and said, don't worry, I'm going to spin the block. Now, for those of y'all that don't know that vernacular or that type of ebonics or whatever, that just means he coming back around. So he missed his shot, because that's what happened. He missed his shot. He going to spin the block and try to take another shot to get the Terence Bud Crawford fight. So what that leads me to believe is that Errol Spence is going to fight whoever he got to fight, whether it's Boots, Keith Thurman, Imantas Stanionis, whether it's any of them, he going to fight whoever he got to fight to make sure that he keep all three of his belts so he can revisit this Terence Crawford fight, which also leads me to believe that's why his announcement is coming soon, so he can stay active, stay busy, you know what I'm saying, fight somebody in December or January, and then try to make a Terence Bud Crawford fight in May or June of next year, bro. That's what he trying to do. That's what he going for. And I just want to say, shout out to him, because a lot of people were saying he should leave Terence Bud Crawford alone, never do business with him, you know what I'm saying, never try to go back to that shit. I, on the other hand, been like, nah, what you do is, now you know who you negotiating with. You beat whoever ass you go fight, you know what I'm saying, assuming you can beat them. And then once you beat them, and Terence Crawford, assuming he get by David Adville, you send Terence Crawford an offer, and you give him 24 to 48 hours to decide. If he sign that shit, y'all make the fight. If he don't, y'all move on, bro. But you don't play no more games with him. You already know you negotiating with somebody that'll pull a fast one on you, so you just go ahead and you give him 48 hours and you go do your thing. But I'm glad that Errol Spence still wants to fight, because now we know we're going to get Errol Spence at welterweight at least for one, maybe two more fights. The fact that he wants the Terence Bud Crawford fight, all those talks of people saying, oh, he could have this opponent at 154. He could do this at 154. The fact that he letting you know he going to spin the block lets you know that his next fight is going to be at 147 against Stanionis or probably Keith Thurman. Those will be the two, because the WBA and the WBC are the ones that are pushing a mandatory. Those are the ones that's pushing a mandatory off on Spence. So we gotta see what they do or what they decide. But for me, bro, I think it's gonna be Keith Thurman. I think Errol should change his mind. I think he should come off of that. I think it's the bigger fight for him. It's a more legacy-defining fight than Stanionis. Keith Thurman is a former unified champion, only losing one time. A fight that Errol wanted back in the day. I want boxing to be a sport. So that's still the fight I want to see. And when I say I want boxing to be a sport, what I mean by that is, look, bro, fight the best, bro. Just because Keith Thurman did what he did to you back in the day, I don't want you to not give him a shot. Same shit with Devin Haney. Just because Lomachenko did what he did back in the day, if that fight presents itself, I still want to see you go in there and handle business. Because the best revenge to me is to beat that person ass, bro. Get him that L, knock him out if you can knock him out, embarrass them, show everybody why they ducked you back in the day. That's what I believe. That's the type of competitor that I am. Like, there are certain people in my debate series that I want to debate. They ain't wanted to debate me yet. But if I get big enough and I keep doing my thing, they will want to debate me. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to debate their ass. Bro, I ain't going to be like, nah, bro, when I wasn't popping like that. When my shit first started off, you ain't want to give me a shot. So now that I'm big, now that you coming back around and you want to debate me, nah, bro, I'm good. Because you ain't give me a shot when I was coming. Nah, bro, I'm going to take that smoke. Because I want to prove I'm the best at this shit. And that's what I want Errol Spence to do. And it's just crazy that in the midst of all of this, bro, he going to end up, his resume will be better for it, fighting Stanley Onis or Thurman or Boots. And it's going to get him even more prepared for a Terence Bud Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? And if you Terence Bud Crawford, I hope you're ready, bro. I really hope you're ready. Like, I really hope that all this ducking and shit leaves you and you become a man and stand up on your 10 toes, bro. Cause right now Terence Crawford is a whole hoe out here. And Errol Spence still running down on his ass, bro. Letting everybody know he gonna run down on his ass. So we'll see. We'll see what Bud Crawford decides to do. But for me, shout out to Errol Spence, bro. Keep him busy. You know what I'm saying? Being able to find a fight in a short turnaround. And look like it's gonna still be a good one. It's still gonna be a good one. And we watching it over here. Cause I know this ain't the fight that Errol wanted. So I'm not gonna try to bash him or blame him because Terence Crawford is a duck. Whether it's Stanley Onis, Jerron Boots Ennis, Keith Thurman, whoever he fight, bro, I'm with it. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And for Bud Crawford, just handle your business. Big Fish said he coming back around for you. We'll see how your attitude is, because your energy done changed up, bro. Terence Bud Crawford done did a complete 180. All that boogeyman shit, all that don't nobody want to fight me shit, man, somebody running down on you right now. And you need to stand up, bro. Your whole city should be ashamed of you. Your state should be ashamed of you, bro. Everything you said you stood for, everything you said you stood on, man, you turned out to be a whole sucker out here. Well, knockout, why you call him a sucker? Because that man lied to the fans, bro. He said Earl was the only fight he wanted. He was negotiating some other shit behind everybody's back the whole time. That man said he agreed to everything while asking for more shit. That man was asking for transparency from Al Heyman and the PBC while not being transparent with them. He was asking them to show him everything and tell him everything, but he wasn't telling them shit. Y'all don't want to talk about that shit, though. But anyway, bro, that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of y'all night, you know what I'm saying, or day, whenever you watching this video. And please, bro, please, watch boxing this weekend, because we got some big fights. Stay tuned for the TKO debate series and the prediction show going down this week, man. Everybody, hit that like, subscribe on your way out of here. Appreciate y'all watching, and with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.